Good evening and a very warm welcome to Imperial Corp Stadium, where we are gearing up for a bit of a battle tonight. The best of the best from Queensland NPL sides will take on the might of the Brisbane Roar ahead of their season proper kicking off on Saturday the 1st of November. I'm Amy Webster, bringing you this evening's coverage for FQTV, and it is my pleasure to be joined for tonight's commentary by the stellar Scotsman himself, Alan Kroll. Alan, aside from maybe needing to turn their closed captions on for the two of us this evening, what can we expect from this game?
Thanks so much for that introduction, Amy. It's very good to be joined alongside English lassie, shall we say. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. I think it's two really top quality sides on paper. Looking forward for an entertaining, high-scoring match between two teams that really have a lot of goals in them.
And as we see them just getting ready there and gearing up, there may be a bit of a point to prove for Brisbane Roar. Last time out in the pre-season back in October 24, Queensland were the team that came out on top, 3-2 winners on that occasion. And if Hansen manages to get off the bench for Roar tonight, she'll be hoping to bag a goal. She did score against Roar last time, her and the superstar Steph Latham. But yeah, we'll see who's going to have the victory this evening.
Yeah, I mean, that, like you said, Brisbane Roar side full of absolute quality there, Amy. I mean, you've got Momo Hayashi. I'm really excited to see what she could bring to this game. You know, she can score from just about anywhere in the park. And then, yeah, Queensland side, I mean, absolute tremendous in the middle of the park with Catano and Moreland. So this is going to be great.
And of course, as we see both sides coming out at Imperial Corp Stadium, this is going to be the new home of Brisbane Roar for the upcoming season, so they'll be wanting to already create a bit of a cauldron, Alan, and make it known that they're stamping their authority on this ground. Queensland at the moment will probably be going, this is our home.
I mean, I love Imperial Corp Stadium. It's a fantastic little ground. It keeps the crowd engaged. You know, you got the crowd all on top of the stadium, the way they're looking down at the venue. It just brings that electric atmosphere to the park. So Brisbane Roar, yep, they'll be here to make an impact, and they'll be looking to start with a win.
And as we see both sides get set, you mentioned Momo Hayashi as one of the players to watch, and I do notice she does have the captain armband on for this evening's game, so she has already made a mark in proceedings, and she'll be hopefully keen to impress. She can bag a goal from a decent spot on the pitch as well. Some happy faces as they gear up. We are still well within the Mitre Festival of Football. And as we introduce you to our sides, starting with the Queensland side, in between the sticks, Emma Given, Talitha Kramer, Holly McQueen, Claire Farrington and Katie Muscat at the back, Amy Morland, Ray Catano and Holly Palmer in the middle, and a quality top three of Georgia Thompson, Tiga Riding and Harriet Withers.
I mean, that's a lethal front three, Amy. Lethal with Thompson and Withers on either side, and running through the middle. That's going to be something for Brisbane Roar to worry about.
And they just look like they've been playing for fun in the back end of the season and in the finals. So very excited to see what they can bring. Roar, a couple of new faces jumping in for this first pre-season. Chloe Lincoln in between the sticks. Kaya Stevenson, great to see her returning from that ACL injury. Mentioned skipper Momo Hayashi. Josie Studer, another new signing alongside Marianne Seidel. Zara Kruger, Bente Janssen, Eva Piazza, and who else but Sian Fryer. Quick trip to Germany and back home she comes. And Ashlyn Miller and Alicia Woods to complete the line for our Raw side. Our officials for this evening, keeping order here at Imperial Corp Stadium. Referee Rachel Solomon, assisted by Avril Beechan and Tanisha Heyman Fuller, and our fourth official, Joseph Lee. And we give a lot of credit to the players, but become very familiar with some of these officials over my time in the NPL this season, and a bit of quality in the middle as well.
Yeah, you've got to have good quality official referees in the middle, Amy. It's very important these days. Football's getting faster and faster, and especially when two teams have such good players on the park, it's just gets more and more difficult for them. But that's what they're going to do. But I mean, this Brisbane Roar side again, it'll be interesting to see how they come up against Queensland. I think Sian Fryer will definitely be the one to watch out for.
And I don't know if Raw are just trying to keep us on our toes there by wearing no numbers on the back of the jerseys. I think they may well be. But Queensland are going to have most of the ball potentially, hey? So we'll see how we go. They said Brisbane Raw may have a point to prove there, having been beaten last time out against Queensland. As we see, Raw will be setting up right to left to get us underway. And Harriet with us immediately putting the pressure on. Sian Fryer, immediate involvement there.
It's interesting seeing that I think Muscat is playing out on the right side. Yeah, interesting setup for Queensland.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of movement and a bit of switch of positions as the game goes on, because I know that even seeing Harriet Withers out on the right when she links up with Bronte Rose for her Gold Coast Knights side, there's often a little bit of switching, so we'll see what the game has to bring. But here is Muscat.
Good defending from Muscat, a lot of pressure coming onto her. She really had to deal with that. She deals with it well, though it's certainly a foul.
And she threw herself in there. The early challenge. So it's Queensland who are stamping their authority on the game early.
Brisbane Raw stamping their authority.
Well, I just meant with the tackle initially, just saying,
yeah.
We're letting you know, here we are. That could just be an English thing we used to always get told. Just get a foot in early, let them know you're here. Yeah, Brisbane Raw certainly with an early chance from the free kick. And in it comes towards the back post and all the way across. It did go out at the back post. And it will be a goal kick.
So you had Momo Hayashi in the box there. I mean, she's usually the one with the deliveries. A good ball in. Just going to back post. Everyone sort of waited for it to come back across. They're all sort of thinking it was overhit. So, not a bad delivery. Brisbane Raw putting the pressure on Queensland, not letting them get out from the back.
Yeah, I think we'll see a little bit of that. And Holly McQueen, ex-Brisbane Raw, of course, who joined back up with Easts partway through the season, so there's going to be a fair few familiar faces across the pitch. And I think even a few named in the Queensland side to start with have snuck onto the Brisbane Raw team sheet.
Yeah, it was interesting. They also did that with the men's game. Maroney, unfortunately, fortunately for him, playing for Brisbane Raw rather than the Queensland side. Riding,
just linking up with Withers there. Withers very familiar with seeing that run from her for Knights. And here Muscat has made a bit of ground and has won her side an early corner. And just reflecting on the season that has just wrapped up. Gold Coast Knights taking out the Premiership in their first NPL season. So unsurprising to see we've got 5 Knights players in the starting lineup here for the Queensland side. Will be Withers to fire that one across, and nearly Farrington at the back post. Again, another familiar link up.
That's a cracking delivery into the back post. I think Farrington didn't know an awful lot about it, just stuck a head on it.
Yeah, Lincoln did well there. And again, Farrington putting good pressure on there. Raw will be looking for that pass forward for Fryer, and they get it there on the near side. Morland. Holly Palmer now with a chance to run. Ball cut out nicely at the back by Momo Hayashi. Challenge on the far side. Few murmurs from the crowd, but skipped nicely, but it runs all the way across the edge of the 6-yard line, allowing Harriet Withers the opportunity to clear, and Tegan Riding with the chance to chase, but a bit of a desperate shot there.
I think that was good play by Alyssa Woods out in the right side there for Brisbane Roar, just trying to be a bit creative, getting the ball into the box. But Queensland counter-attacked really well. I mean, Tegan Riding, that's every day of the week for Tegan Riding. It's just unfortunate to do anything with it. But
yeah, there's so many players in this Queensland side who are hungry to attack. We've got Charlie Gibson to come off the bench, who loves that run from the wing-back position, and even Farrington just popping up at the back post there for the cheeky little header from the set piece. Farrington, who of course saw red in the grand final, a little bit of confusion for everyone involved back at Perry Park, but she did end up getting a second yellow and off she went.
did we ever get full confirmation about the situation happened with that, Amy?
I believe it was a miscommunication from the referee and a confused identity for the second yellow initially. It was Corey Kane who was accidentally shown the red. And here is Sian Fryer, lovely ball across the edge. And Rika Tano able to just bundle that one out. Withers can't quite get hold of it on the near side.
It was Kruger there waiting, Amy. The ball back across to try and tap it in. It was good defending from...
Yeah, there's a few bodies in the box, but Zara Kruger just not able to get on the end of it. Great defending there from Muscat on Fryer.
What a touch this is from Fryer. So much quality. Lovely little touch over Muscat, but she does really well to retain the position, get back across and knock it round for a corner.
And I think that'll be where a lot of the running goes for the Queensland defensive line. Fryer obviously a threat and quality player with plenty of experience under her belt now. As the corner come in pretty deep and ends up Catano's the one doing the chasing and just able to play that one off a raw knee to fire that one out.
Yeah, Catano also technically good there, just showing her composure just to calm the game down when she's in the back line. Winning the throw-in, alleviating the pressure.
Yeah, Alicia Woods, 24-25 A-League Women's Young Player of the Year, so I would expect we'll see a bit of flair from her tonight. Farrington doing well to switch that and look for Withers, who skips the challenge nicely and fires that one across for Riding to chase. We've already seen there that switch of side from Tegan Riding. And it will be Queensland. And that was Josie Studer who put that one out.
Yeah, I thought Withers had a chance there just to really run at Brisbane Roar, but you know the ball across was a good one, and you know Queensland got the throw in the end. But you know Withers just wanted to run and drive at Brisbane Roar. She's got the pace and ability to do it. She's
a bit of a workhorse, Harriet Withers. She is not afraid to get back and put in a defensive shift as well.
Yeah, we think that position is one of the toughest positions on the park. You have to run up and down constantly for your team.
Morland just doing well there to find Palmer. One cleared, but only as far as the middle of the park, and the shot from range.
Not a bad try from
Holly
there.
Palmer in the end with a shot from range. She caused a little bit of trouble in the grand final as well, and I mean that in every sense of the word. Holly Palmer, she got herself in some dangerous positions, but also put a few cheeky little tackles in. Hayashi playing that fairly deep playmaker role to start off with. Struder in that right back position, using Hayashi well. Ball forward, finds Fryer, and we know she Can get them from a tight angle on her left, but again, great defending at the back. Katie Muscat.
It's exceptional defending from Muscat. She has to be on her toes, has to be aware. She does so.
Catano this time with a defensive shift and an important foot in there. And her trusty teammate Farrington knew exactly what to do with it. Just nice to see here Queensland happy to play the ball to feet in those dangerous positions. Now Withers with a chance to run. And that one rolling nearly all the way across for Georgia Thompson, and she does get there. Sure why I would ever doubt Georgia Thompson. She's got the pace and the tenacity to get to those loose balls. Fryer finding feet. Lovely little 1-2 in the box. And saved and claimed well at the back by the former Raw keeper, Emma Gibbon.
I mean, the game's really coming to life here. Both sides really having a go at each other. First chance there for Withers down this right side, teasing ball to Thompson, and that was a good chance for Brisbane. Gibbon getting down, making the save at second time of asking.
Yeah, it was probably a little heart in mouth moment there as she spilt the ball, but she was pretty quick to pounce. Hayashi with a lovely ball forward, but cut out there by McQueen, who no doubt will have shared some trade secrets in the changing rooms from spending a bit of time in this back line for Raw. Queensland again just happy to play it out across the back. Withers now. Tegan riding now with a chance to run. Sian Fryer and Momo Hayashi did very well there to link up. Hayashi a little early to go for the offside appeal, but that shows how confident she was. And already on this left side, we're seeing Sian Fryer. Is she playing left back, or is she playing left mid, or is she playing left forward? Like, it was so used to seeing her be everywhere.
Everywhere indeed, yeah. I'm not quite sure if in first second I think that was offside there, Amy.
Yeah, well, wrong, I think there may have been a bit of influence from the claim there. Who am I to question the officials? Great determination there. Palmer finding Catano. Raw now with a chance to run away with it. And the attempt from range, fired high and wide.
Well, the space certainly opened up for the shot. I think she was just trying to bend it into that far corner. Everyone stood off her all the time in the world. A bit disappointed with the strike.
Farrington firing that one forward. A little bit of back and forth between those sides at the moment. And again, Queensland just with the quick press forcing the error there from Raw, so straight through to Gibbon. There's a fair few players nominated in the upcoming Football Queensland Gala Awards. Emma Gibbon, one of those who is nominated for Goalkeeper of the Year. Returned to Easts in the 24 season. She had a stint over in the UK for Spurs and Palace. So she's played the beautiful game in its finest form.
Assuming that's because she played in England?
Yep.
Absolutely no bias at all in the commentary box.
The weather's cracking over there for a bit of football, isn't it?
I mean, for opening 50 minutes here, Amy, I've really enjoyed that both teams are having a crack at each other and they're not worried about losing a goal. They're all both on there to score.
Yeah, pretty open so far. I think both sides still sussing each other out. See Queensland just setting themselves, giving Raw a little bit more space here, but keeping their discipline nicely. And it's at Muscat again, just forces that one over. Forces the throw. Lovely ball through there, finding Fryer in a dangerous spot, but she is offside. Bit of a mixed season for Raw, finishing 7th in the Ninja A-League, 8 wins from their 23 games. But they have made 12 signings in the off-season, some of those who we are seeing and will likely see this evening. Chloe Lincoln, one of those between the sticks. And Riding now again with a chance to come forward. She's got support in the middle, but Lincoln equal to it.
That was a great run outside and that right side. Good delivery into the box from Riding. I think Georgia Thompson just trying to squeeze the territory from that left side, coming across, and yeah, Lincoln had to be right on her toes.
Yeah, and Lincoln making her debut as a 17-year-old in the A-League, so a young player, but a young player who's started her trade pretty early, so a trusty character in between the sticks. McQueen forced to turn back the way she's facing. First 15 minutes or so of the match has crept on by here at Imperial Corp Stadium. Pretty balmy conditions.
It is always intriguing to see when Queensland and Brisbane Roar come up against each other, because one side at the end of their season, the other one's at the start of theirs.
Thompson now on the far side, trying to whip one in, but just drives that one into traffic. Yeah, it's always interesting reflecting on the NPL season and kind of observing those signings that take place partway through the season. You kind of have a season very much of two halves, hey, because there's certain clubs who have got affiliations with the Momo Hayashis, the Shan Fryers, the Holly McQueens, and it does tend to swing the pendulum a little for certain teams as they get into the second half of the season.
Oh, definitely, it really does, and it can really change aside from finishing mid-table to finishing in finals, which we did see this season. I mean, like you mentioned with last year's between Queensland and Brisbane Roar finishing 3-2, it shows that the gap isn't as enormous as it may seem at times. But like we said just moments ago, Brisbane Roar at the very start of their pre-season, so it's always difficult to get up and running.
Hayashi again just marshalling at the back. Georgia Thompson just trying the cheeky little through ball there, but cut out in the middle by Woods. It's going to come all the way through toward Hayashi. Riding again, switching over to that left side to chase.
You can see here that Catano and Palmer, they are not sitting deep at all. They're right on Brisbane Roar. Whole Queensland side is so far forward. Brisbane Roar trying to break that press.
I think being coached by Dante Sten and Lockie Long, attack will be the message as they just evade a little bit of danger there at the back, the Queensland side. Raw not letting them off yet, though. Queensland seem to have just stopped, assuming that one had gone out, and over it goes from the far side. Dante Sten, Lockie Long, both nominated for Coach of the Season. Dante Sten, of course, having a stellar season, leading his Brisbane City side to grand final, and there they are, right on cue. Lockie Long, head coach for tonight's game, I'm told. Sian Fryer just trying to poke that one through. Lovely little flick there from Woods.
Nice little flick from Woods, just trying to be a little bit creative in the final third.
Alex Smith looking on. He'll be no doubt tinkering with a few things. We see an early substitution for Ross. Only the 20-minute mark. So that is an early change. Smiles from the coach, so hopefully that's more tactical than anything too sinister. Maybe with such a big squad and pre-season friendly, Alex Smith has seen enough.
Maybe he's identified something in the Queensland side that he can exploit with the change.
Yeah, there's been plenty to look for already with this Queensland side, who, it's like with any state side, isn't it? You're playing with players who you're familiar with as the opposition, but not necessarily as a teammate. And I must say, Queensland are looking pretty comfortable. They've obviously had a good week or so of training together in the build-up.
I mean, it certainly looks like they've all got a good relationship with each other. I mean, I think it is a lot different from when you're playing against someone, watching how to defend them and the way they make their runs versus, you know, being on the same side and trying to match those runs, trying to find the passes, open the space up. You know, we know how Withers likes to play for pasting at right side. She likes, you know, balls over the top and in behind, and I think Thompson likes it to her feet. So it's intriguing to see how they all come together.
Yeah, and it was Kaya Stevenson who's just made way, and she is returned, or she has returned from an ACL injury, so it could be that it's just fairly precautionary there. Raw now just trying to get in a bit of a groove and string a few passes together. Farrington can pretty much play anywhere across the back line. Claire Farrington, she was named in the Football Queensland Team of the Season, and I don't think that would be a surprise to anyone following the standout season she had for Gary French's side. Sian Fryer doing what she does best and weaving her way through trouble. Just poking that one to her left. Lovely little skip, but great block there from Muscat, and a great defence to just come and stick a boot in there, Katie Muscat.
I tell you, Muscat has been extremely busy down that right back side with Fryer. She does so well to get back here and defend. She's not giving up on that ball at all. Real asset for this Queensland side so far. Not 20 minutes, she's been excellent.
Yeah, she was one of the players who did play in that October game last year, so she'll be pretty comfortable in this scene. Great punch there from Gibbon. And Withers able to clear on that far side. So again, as mentioned previously, I'm not surprised to see Withers switching and changing between the flanks this evening.
She's definitely stronger on that on our right side with it. Her and Georgia Thompson both do that for their respective clubs with the position of both sides.
Yeah, and I think it's just credit to the versatility in the sides as well, isn't it? And must have been a tough call for the coach tonight, for the Queensland State team in particular, having to pick from the big pool of players that they had. There's been plenty of talent on display, and that was great takedown on the chest on the near side. A little heavy touch, but Raw have recovered well. And great defence there from Holly McQueen.
Yeah, I think she took that right off the noggin. as they say, but it was good defending from McQueen. Getting across, putting the block in, putting a body on the line for Queensland.
Yeah, great positioning there. Holly McQueen, one of the ex-Raw players who hasn't re-signed for the upcoming season. Bit of a waiting game to see where certain players end up over the off-season, but for now she has been an Easts player, slotting in nicely at the back. And Sian Fryer just saying good day there to Emma Gibbon, just having a little catch-up there. And Catano with a lovely ball to find her club teammate Harriet Withers. "13 league goals to her name this season, Withers, so she'll be hungry for a strike herself, but that one was Tegan Riding, who has 16 on the back of her shirt and 16 goals to her name in the league.
Wonder if that was deliberate. You see the ball coming in here. Tegan Riding just leaning back as she puts her foot through it.
Yeah, she had a bit of time to have a strike of that one, but over it went in the end. And again, Sian Fryer just trying to poke that one through. Holly Palmer with defensive duties now. Good play at the back. Queensland, Holly McQueen again, happy just to turn back. Play it to Farrington at centre half, given away there cheaply in the middle, and pressure now on from Raw. And Raw under pressure, great save there. There was an error at the back from Muscat, which we have not said so far in the game, and what a cracking save there from Emma Gibbon just to get rid of the danger. It was Woods who poked that ball across, and it was a shot from close range just on the edge of the 6-yard line.
I mean, that's some save from Gibbon. She wouldn't have seen much in that at all. Just a reaction stop save. That's a top quality keeper making a top quality save.
Hayashi again just playing it round in the middle of the park. A little touch back from Muscat. Finds Gibbon. So only one change, one early change so far in the game. Kaya Stevenson just hopefully just taking a bit of care with the return from the ACL injury. She did have a spell with QAS this season, which will no doubt have helped aid that recovery. And again, ball there. It's a little heavy, allowing Gibbon time to come through and collect. Lovely touch and turn from Withers, but Catano just misreading the tackle there, and Morland, Gold Coast Knights skipper and skipper for the Queensland side tonight, unable to stretch for that one. Lovely first time ball, finds Fryer. Again, Muscat with a strong challenge.
Well, Muscat's really got a point to prove in this first half, Amy. It's 30 minutes of just sheer dominance of that back line from the right back.
Yep, she's certainly put a shift in, and even there, just forcing the mistake from Fryer. Queensland creeping their way up the field here. And Katie Muscat throw riding with a forceful shot forward. And Morland claims the throw, but Fryer with a little smile played it. Now Queensland do get the throw in the end. Sian Fryer just trying to get away with that one a little. And Withers with a header in, hoping to see that fall at the feet of Tegan Riding, but Momo Hayashi collects. And what a season Momo Hayashi has had in the orange of the Raw. She is certainly quick to be asked to pen a new deal, Momo Hayashi. Minutes of the half remaining. We will be playing slightly shorter halves in this pre-season friendly.
That just means the players can give a little bit more, Amy.
Yeah, they can push and give as much as they can. They've got a couple more pre-season friendlies coming up. Brisbane Raw, one up against Caboolture, one against Olympic. So I would imagine, as much as leaving it all out there, they may be wanting to just keep some reserves in the tank and make sure they're as ready as they can be for November 1st. Woods finding Fryer. Fryer again with a lovely bit of link up, but given away there to Palmer. Ball there for Withers to chase. Lovely feet by Withers, but up against the quality of Momo Hayashi, and she runs into traffic.
Great defending from Momo Hayashi. That's what she does so well for Brisbane Roar. I think for Withers there in that position, if it was up against any other defender, she's got a good opportunity, but Momo Hayashi on form. Very comfortable. Solid
at the back, Hayashi, and not shy of a goal or two herself. 5 goals for Roar, and then went and equalled that back at her home club, Gold Coast United, or her former home club, I suppose we should call it now. And here Fryer now with a chance for a strike, and Gibbon equal to it. Great coverage as well there from Muscat, just to give her keeper the chance to claim.
Yeah, I think it comes to Fryer. She's only got one thing on her mind. It's on her left side. Just trying to put her foot through it. Gets a little bit of power on that strike. Gibbon again making the save. And yeah, like you said, Muscat is right on top of that. Just to make sure that Gibbon is well protected.
Yeah, there's a few chances they're knocking on the door here, Raw, but it's a little end-to-end as Withers watches that one, hoping to see it go out towards the corner, but in it stays. Withers with another chance to fire that one in, and Holly Palmer just throwing her limbs at that one as she crept towards the edge of the 18-yard box, and I think it was the hand in the end.
Yeah, I think she just completely misjudges the flight of that ball there, Palmer.
Lincoln getting a few touches. The young Matilda. Lovely turn. And here from the crowd, the fact that there's a little bit of end-to-end happening here at Imperial Corp is just given away in the attack there from Raw, but they win it straight back.
We'll go for an optimistic shout for handball.
You got to call for him, haven't you?
You definitely do.
Georgia Thompson weaving her way out of trouble. Sian Fryer forcing Farrington back towards Gibbon, so a bit of pressure there from Sian Fryer. Brisbane Raw just coming to life here in the last 6 or so minutes of the half. And the shot somewhat optimistic, but why not? We've seen them go in from there.
Absolutely. You have to have a go. If you don't shoot, you don't score, as they say. I think both sides have been really positive. What a little dummy here to get away from Farrington.
And it was Bente Janssen in the end with the strike, as we're going to see a couple more changes for Raw. There's no messing around here from Alex Smith. Bente Janssen, who's just had that attempt, is now having a well-earned rest. One of the new signings for the season, Janssen. Collected nicely there by Chloe Lincoln.
Yeah, I think riding, driving into space. Yeah, I think the pass probably should have been on there for Thompson through the middle. I think Tegan Riding was just looking for Withers coming in at the back post.
Lovely little steal there, Georgia Thompson riding with a first-time effort toward the path of Withers, and gets an applause there from her captain Morland for the idea, but just doesn't come off on that occasion.
Yeah, it comes to her first time. It's a difficult ball. She's under pressure, trying to pick Withers out the back post. Right idea. It's a bit unfortunate. I think the last 5 minutes or so, I think Brisbane Roar just starting to gain a little bit more ground in the game, having the better of the chances.
Yeah, they're certainly getting in their groove, and player on our screen there, Sian Fryer, is having a lot to do with it. She's getting involved in a fair bit of the play. Momo Hayashi pulling the strings at the back. Fryer supported by Woods. And Kruger in the middle. And that one forced out nicely at the back by Withers, but it will be a corner. And Daisy Brown, who just won the Sue Monteith Award at the 2025 QAS Awards. She's now joined the fun. Ball fired in, claimed well by Gibbon. It's a confident collection from the keeper.
It's been excellent this first half, Amy. Making countless top draw saves, and happy to collect that one.
And there's plenty of talent waiting in the wings with Annika Leverentes and Layla Adams. Be interesting to see any halftime changes from the Queensland side. Alex Smith keeping everyone busy with his substitutions nice and early in the game. Offside flag stalls the Queensland attack there.
Well, certainly didn't have a good view. It does look offside there.
It's a nice high line there. Momo Hayashi seems to be calling for these pretty adamantly, so she must be pretty confident in her colleagues at the back. Lovely turn by Farrington, but a bit of a wasteful ball forward in the end.
Oh yeah, if the Queensland side are looking for a goal, they've got no shortage of goals on the bench. Of course, Bronte Rose in there for the Knights, crossing the Gold Coast divide. Yeah,
and I think that Gold Coast Knights contingent that seems to be peppered across this Queensland side. We know that Rose can link up well with Withers. Catano playing that playmaker role in the middle. Palmer, Morland, it's pretty much like a Gold Coast Knights side. Raw just sticks. Farrington sticking a boot in there. Farrington, formerly of Brisbane City. Very familiar with the turf under her boots this evening. Raw with a bit of sustained pressure here as we creep into the last minute of the 40. Both sides with plenty to talk about in the sheds at half-time. Plenty for both sides' coaches to be happy with.
Yeah, I think it's been very competitive for both teams. Both teams putting on a right good show. I think Brisbane will be happy with the majority of their game, and Queensland as well.
Well held up there by Riding, just allowing Georgia Thompson to run and uses her strength well. Catano, we know she can hit them from here. Is it going to sit for Withers? Withers laying it off to Riding, and she puts her boot through it and slices it wide. Good move though, Alan.
Really good move, and right on half-time, that's the best chance I think for Queensland have had. Really good play from Thompson, and when it comes out to Keegan Riding, it's probably the best play you want to have on the ball in that position. She puts her foot through it, a lot of power. It just falls a bit difficult there for Withers. She does the right thing.
Yeah, it was a flurry of activity from both sides in the last 10 or so minutes. Both sides do go in at half-time at a stalemate, so plenty for the coaches to talk about as they go into the sheds at half-time. So we'll see what tricks both coaches have got up their sleeve for the second half. We've seen a flurry of changes from Alex Smith. We might just catch our breath and get a handle on who's where over half-time. But a good, solid first half from both sides.
Yep, most definitely really good half from Queensland. I thought they were very competitive. And I've just come off of the men's game, watching there where Brisbane Roar very comfortable in their first 45. But here, I mean, Queensland certainly gave as good as they got from Brisbane Roar in that first half.
Yeah, pretty evenly matched. So we will see what we have in store after a short break. 40 more minutes of action ahead of us.
Excellence. Is it measured in likes, bottom lines, or the impact we make around us? The things we build, the students we inspire, the care we give.
Baby girl.
At CQ University, we recognise all kinds of excellence. We combine contemporary courses with more choices and real support to empower you to create the success that means more to you. Be with CQU.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Both sides still in a stalemate here in this Mitre Festival of Football clash between the Queensland State representative side and Brisbane Raw. Both sides probably having the best of the action in the last 10 or so minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the game started a bit frantic. Both sides having some good chances that went a bit stale, then it came back into it. I mean, Muscat has been so busy down this left side, and we'll see here a few highlights. You'll probably catch Muscat putting the challenges in, but Brisbane Roar certainly having a good few chances to score, and Gibbon has been equal to them.
Yeah, here we see Fryer up against Muscat, and Fryer's been her usual busy self, popping up in all areas of the park, but Muscat equal to it. Farrington coming across at the back there. I've been very impressed with how Farrington and McQueen have just settled in to the centre-half partnership. The other end of the pitch, Withers and Riding, that trio up top with Withers, Riding and Thompson, and that was the best chance probably of the half for Queensland, and over it went. But good link-up play, just headed out, controlled down by Riding, and just unable to keep that one down.
I think Riding had a few chances like that, the shots from distance when it breaks out that far.
Yeah, at the other end, this was a dangerous one, poked across the edge of the 6-yard box, but again, Gibbon stood up strong, equal to the challenge.
A tremendous save from Gibbon. I mean, she would not have seen that till last minute. Like I said on commentary, it's a reaction save. I mean, to get across and stick your hand to that when it's that close to you, wonderful, wonderful save.
Yeah, especially up against Alicia Woods, 24-25 Young Player of the Year, so certainly a threat. Withers again, we talked about her dancing around defenders in the NPL all season, and this time she finds herself faced with Momo Hayashi, so needed just a little something else there to get around her. Fryer, as soon as she gets that on her left boot, I expected a little more from that attempt, Alan. I thought she might rocket that one into the corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether she was trying to play it across or have a crack on goal there. It kind of looked like she was playing it across, and then in the end it had just been a sort of low-driven shot to Gibbon. But again, it's Muscat that's there, stopping anyone else coming in for the tap-in.
Yeah, great cover for her keeper there, Muscat, and Catano with a shot from range. Just drove it through a bit of traffic, but Withers laying that one off nicely, and we've seen Riding in that spot just to the right side of the D on a couple of occasions. So there's a few combinations starting to happen for Queensland in the middle of the park, and we mentioned that versatility in the first half. They're quite comfortable with switching and changing positions. No one seems wedded to, this is my spot, stay out of my way, which the fluidity of that works a treat in these sorts of games.
Yeah, well, it's been a very competitive game. I think both teams are putting a right good pressure on whenever they're having a crack at goal. Queensland, are going to be changes at all here for Queensland possibly. I think that's Bronte Rose onto the park. I don't know if she's warming up, but she's certainly stripped and ready to go, so Queensland certainly looking to score.
And Sonny Franco wearing the number 7 for Queensland. She is also a threat. May have even been Charlie Gibson, Mia Green having a little play as well, so we'll come back for the action very shortly. Plenty more to play for.
Excellence. Is it measured in likes, bottom lines, or the impact we make around us? The things we build, the students we inspire, the care we give.
Baby girl.
At CQ University, we recognise all kinds of excellence. We combine contemporary courses with more choices and real support to empower you to create the success that means more to you. Be with CQU.
How do I feel this time? One straight off.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Both players back out, both teams looking ready to get set. See Queensland there in their huddle, just going through their routine. Dante Sten, Lockie Long with the reins for the Queensland side. Dante Sten, youngest keeper in the NPL for both men's and women's sides, nominated for Coach of the Season. And being the humble fella that he seems to be, has attributed that all to his Brisbane City side.
It does look like there's been a few changes to the Queensland team, Amy?
Yeah,
possibly?
We can see Kramer with the armband on. We've had a change of personnel in between the sticks. Annika Lorenz from Sunshine Coast Wanderers. We'll keep an eye on any of those other changes as they come through. Charlie Gibson just occupying this left-hand side. You know, Charlie Gibson does like a run forward, so I won't be surprised to see that happen.
Yep, you can see Franco as well onto the park, as I think possibly that Thompson's come off there. It's a host of changes from the Queensland side. It's like an entirely different side in the second half, so we'll see which effect that will have.
Sonny Franco, the Seoul South's representative. It's a strong presence, Sonny Franco, pretty tough in the tackle, and here she is on the ball now. Support in the middle from Marley Danger, the youngster. So both, and Bronte Rose, Anna Hirakara. Both sides obviously using this as an opportunity to, or Brisbane Roar an opportunity to see what they've got ahead of them as the season fast approaches. And for the Queensland side, with the season coming to an end, just a great opportunity for these players to have a good run out against quality opposition.
Yeah, I think it's important that all the Queensland players, as much as possible, get as much game time in this match as they can. I mean, they're all such good players that, you know, it's kind of like for like changes. Not one change will be a massive impact to the other. You know, you look at the change with Danger being in the middle of the park now, with the replaced of Palmer. I mean, that's Danger's just such a quality player at just those interceptions in that number 6 role.
Such a young player, Marley Danger, so much potential, but still already very much on the horizon of young Matilda's selectors. We've got Bronte Rose occupying position up top. Harriet Withers still on the pitch in this second half, so Bronte Rose and Withers will have an opportunity to link up. It's Chloe Lincoln there wanting to get involved in the outfield play. And that is offside. Caspanello, ball through from Marley Danger.
I think that was an easy call for the linesman. I think the change it for Queensland will bring a bit more energy into them. They start to fade away a little bit towards the end of that second half.
Yeah, it's often in these matches you see that opportunity for a lot of change, but then it's interesting to see what that does to the momentum, hey? But I suppose in this sort of festival-style football where they're just going out and showcasing their talent, they're probably not too fussed on how much time it takes them to settle in.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is you know, there's not a lot. I mean, there's pride's on the line, but there's nothing really to play for in these pre-season games. It's Riz and Ronnie to get a run out, and Queensland want to show what they can do.
Absolutely. Queensland starting with different personnel, but a similar sort of mentality in this half. They still seem to be operating with the high press. Verens switching that one across her area. Bronte Rose just wondering where that ball went, but Sonny Franco goes, "Don't worry, mate, I got you." She's knocked over for her efforts. Caspanello finding Withers on that far side. Raw will be hoping to get hold of it and have a bit of a spell themselves. 12 new signings for them this season, so there'll be a little bit of a settling in period, no doubt, as they see their new faces. And the slightly retro jersey that they're wearing this evening. Momo Hayashi.
I've been reliably informed that the jersey is the training kit from
I would hope so, Alan. I would hope so. Never will we moan about the Brisbane City shirt with the light numbers ever again. You heard it here. Will forever be recorded. Amy will never moan about the Brisbane City shirts.
Take that all day long.
Yeah.
That was quite an entertaining league season in NPL this season, Amy, that you covered. It was good to see. I mean, from your point of view, being someone also from the United Kingdom, what's your take on winning the league versus winning the finals? So we had two different winners.
It's certainly something that is still taking a little bit of getting used to. The whole, I suppose, rugby league process of you finish in a certain position, but then you still fight for the championship. So I think for me, I'm a little bit old school and old fashioned with the way that I like my round ball game, and it's you got to fight for that top spot, and that's what you're going for. And whether that means promotion or whether that means that you take home the title. And I know even listening to a bit of commentary around some of the clubs, the Olympic Ultras podcast, for example, they had a few mixed feelings themselves around, well, what's the point in fighting all season for the top spot if someone can then come and take the trophy on grand final day? So yeah, you obviously still get the premiership, but I would argue that, yeah, I think that would be enough for me, but grand finals bring a whole different thing. Sonny Franco, there's that tenacity that we see. Ellie Caspanello lets it run across at Harriet Withers, makes no mistake. Harriet Withers with a yes mate in the face of Sonny Franco. Left boot.
What a finish there from Withers. I mean, it comes there, it was the best bit of possession from Brisbane Roar Queensland, they pick it up in the middle of the park and they're so quick to break. And the ball from Hirakawa, I thought it had gone a little bit too far, but I mean, Franco just refusing to give up on that ball, using her body, using her strength. And it's a little teasing little ball across, and Withers, what a finish. Into the roof of the net, no chance at all for Lincoln. And Queensland, they strike first here at Piero Corp Stadium, and it's up to Brisbane Roar to see how they respond.
And I think this is what I've enjoyed seeing from Franco all season. She's a tough player. Sometimes she toes the line a little in terms of some of those challenges, but she saw the Roar player go down. She heard the referee keep the whistle in her pocket and played on, and credit to her for creating an opportunity there for Withers.
It doesn't surprise me that you like a hard challenge, Amy.
No comment. Withers, of course, one of those players who lifted the Premiership for Knights and was hoping to lift the Grand Final Championship trophy. Yeah, just going back to your question about which one's more important. I think it's just still taking a bit of getting used to for me, the Premiership Grand Final. But I do love a Grand Final day, so
I mean, I think
I just want it all.
Winning the league for Morton City Excelsior gets them into the Australian Championship. For Olympic, they get into the Champions League and they get promotion. So
absolutely,
for me, that's really important.
Yeah, even the FQPL sides this season. Anna Hirakawa now with a chance from range, and in it goes. Chloe Lincoln was just having a little look to see if that was going to sneak wide. Anna Hirakawa, the Grand Final hero for Brisbane City. Have a load of that.
I mean, I thought that was going by the post, the way Lincoln was looking at it. I think she's just got her positioning all wrong, her footing all wrong. And Hirakawa, I mean, what a little finish that is. Calm and composed into the bottom corner there. As soon as she picked it up, makes the interception, looks where the keeper is. Sees her not on a line.
That is a confident strike, picking the ball up and just having a crack. We questioned whether it was a shot or a cross in the Grand Final for Anna Hirakawa in that Grand Final against Knights. And there was no doubt on this occasion that she was going for the target and caught Chloe Lincoln off guard.
So second half substitutions coming to life there. It's Hirakawa getting the goal, Franco setting up for Withers. I mean, that is a player playing with absolute confidence.
Yeah, she's had a great season for Brisbane City. Anna Hirakawa, 5 goals, the Japanese forward, joined from Peninsula Power. And she also repped in the game last October. Here they come again. Withers with support of Rose, and a great challenge at the back.
I think Withers just running out of energy there. Hirakawa just launching over the top. So we said in the start of the first half, Withers loves that type of ball where she can just run onto it. She had one option in the middle that was Rose, but couldn't get it across. But Queensland are all over Brisbane Roar at the moment.
Yeah, it was a great challenge at the back in the end. It's going to be Harriet Withers to send this one in. She's sending it in deep. And it's Sonny Franco. A little bit scrappy at the back. And it will be another corner. There's a few bodies in there. Hirakawa, Franco, Kramer creeping around at the back. There's Franco with the head. Another attempt here from Withers. This time headed away by Momo Hayashi. She does well to get up with her head, Hayashi, to say she's not the tallest on the pitch.
Yeah, Hayashi just does seem to just win balls in the air all the time. Her positioning is so good, and you see the delivery in there. She's the first one to it. Up and makes the clearance.
And she just looks hungry to play football. I think the thing I love about players like Hayashi, the Katanos, the Rosie Malones of the league, they want to be there, they want to play football, right? So they just look happy to be out there. Hayashi's a prime example of that I think you could stick her anywhere on the pitch and she'd still have a smile on her face.
Yeah, I've
She'll
seen.
still have a crack at goal as well, I reckon.
I've seen Hayashi, Hayashi play in the middle of the park, centre back she is today. I've seen her play up front when they're chasing games, so anywhere in the park.
Fryer just trying to buy her side a little bit of time. Mia Green able to clear as far as Danger. Danger's got support to her left, but tries to go down that right flank. Ball holding up a little on the pitch. Pitches have held up well over the season, given the hammering that they took in spells. And referee Rachel Solomon seeing something she doesn't like there, so free kick goes in the way of Raw. Fryer with that trademark run down the far side and happy to just be bundled over, win her side of corner.
Oh, she's got such a good change of pace there, Fryer. Kramer does well to use her strength to force Fryer out of play. Actually goes for a goal kick too. Good defending from Kramer. I mean, seen that first half that Muscat had a tough job on Fryer, and it's up to Kramer to continue that good job that Muscat did.
Yeah, no wonder Muscat needs a rest, being up against the Matilda. That was nearly a lovely ball through to Franco. Raw making plenty of signings in their off-season, but do wave goodbye to a few key players, one of which is Lainey Fryer, who's hanging up the boots following a standout season for Raw. Emma Gibbon as well, not re-signing. Here they come forward now, and the chance at the far post. Chan Fryer does not miss. Close range, but still quality.
That's a good little tap in there from Fryer. Brisbane Roar picking the ball up high up the park. Ball across to Fryer. She's not going to miss from there. Fryer. We just spoke about her sister, an excellent goal scorer, but she certainly is too. Getting in that position, and Brisbane Roar right back in this game.
Yeah, and it'll be a different season for Fryer to get used to, not playing alongside Lainey. They are often seen linking up ping, ping, ping passes all the way down the park, so be a few different personnel. Deborah Ann De La Harpe, another Brisbane Roar player to depart. Chelsea Blissett signing for Melbourne Victory following her successful stint, so a fair few changes and plenty to look forward to in the new season for Raw fans. Lovely little flick through. Bronte Rose Withers winning her side. The corner there.
Yeah, you're right. That little tap there from Bronte Rose. She knew exactly where Withers was going to be. That's a partnership if I've ever seen one.
They just read each other's positions so well, Withers and Rose. Ball in towards the edge of the 6-yard line. They're queuing up. Appeals for handball. Waved away by the referee. Kramer up against Hayashi. Hayashi does very well. Hayashi has stayed down. Franco again just showing she can use her skill and her presence. Lovely ball across. Withers from range. Withers is in the mood following that first goal. And that one just smothered by the experience of Chloe Lincoln.
It's actually not a bad strike too. She puts her foot right through it. Straight up linking.
3 seasons with Canberra United making 39 appearances in her debut A-League. Part of the under-23 Australia squad that beat Myanmar to win the Serenity Cup this year, so already adding silverware to her cabinet, Chloe Lincoln. Good little spell of possession here from Raw. Fryer having a crack just on the turn there, Sian Fryer. Smothered by the Sunshine Coast Wanderers keeper.
Yeah, I think Brisbane Roar just looking towards their hero to pull them back into the game here. Well, a good strike, decent strike.
Still plenty of time on the clock, and both sides seem to certainly have a bit of a pep in their step in the second half. This will bring the season to a close for many of these Queensland players. Brisbane Roar, of course, just getting started. Lovely feet. Charlie Gibson. Oh, and went for the spectacular in the middle of the park there. Franco now. Franco maybe in a little bit of bother here. There'll be at least a word in the ear of Sonny Franco there.
Yeah, I think that looked to appear to be a little bit of frustration there from Franco, just lashing into it. Quite well, the referee. We'll see what the referee decides to do with that with Franco.
She just had a little passing word, and that is all there will be. So referee keen to keep the game flowing. A little shove in the back there from Studer on Franco, and she wasn't having any of it. Josie Studer joined from Carolina Ascent in the Super League over in the US. It's one of the new signings, so first time seeing her on display this evening. Seven goals and 3 assists from the back line, so she's another one who likes to get stuck into the attack.
It's quite a shift for a defender.
It's a big shift for a defender. Lovely little step over, cleared away Hirakara, but into a dangerous spot. Queensland do well there to avoid the corner.
That was a good touch from Hirakawa just to stop Brisbane Roar from keeping that pressure on. She's done really well. Since coming onto the park, she's been very creative.
Yeah, very technical there, just playing it off Struder and making sure that her side won the throw. So smart play from Hirakara. Hayashi just barking orders. Marley danger, this time receiving a bit of a shove in the back, but referee says let's keep this game moving.
Caspinello working it well up to Withers, but Roar at the moment, last 10 minutes, certainly been the more dominant side, Emmy.
Yeah, they're just seeing the momentum swing in their favour. I think that goal from Fryer has just buoyed them slightly. Kramer just having a bit of bother with that armband.
Yeah, it's the second time she's struggled with the armband there in the second half, Kramer.
You don't need any distractions when you're in the back line, so hopefully she gets rid or gets it sorted. She's got some defensive duties ahead of her here as we've got corner incoming. Played out towards the penalty spot, headed away nicely. Raw still on the attack. Caspanello forces the corner. Looks like Georgia Thompson on the sidelines. Great defending there. Holly Clark, another player, had a standout season in club football. And over it goes for a goal kick. And Thompson's going to come back on. So both sides having plenty of switches. Harriet Withers this time getting the break. So both sides a little bit experimental with their subs, switching and changing things, keeping everyone, including us, on their toes. We see Thompson make her way back on. She had a great first spell of that first half. Anna Hirakara in a bit of a battle there in the midfield. Lovely little flick forward. And Franco now trying to just poke that one through for Bronte Rose. A little heavy on the touch there.
Yeah, she's so quick to break away, Franco. Just trying to find Rose ahead of her. Miss hitting that pass. Like yeah, Thompson getting a little bit of a break there. Coming back onto the park, see her energy in the final 20 minutes or so.
She does like a run, definitely in the grand final and in the Queensland Cup final. Georgia Thompson saw plenty of the ball in that left-hand position, caused plenty of problems for the Olympic defence and then the Gold Coast Knights defence. So a little rest will no doubt make her a dangerous player to come back on.
Yeah.
Raw, of course, with Kyla Hansen, one of their new signings for the season. Golden Boot winner for the NPL with 26 goals. So getting her first taste of the A-League football this season in a Raw shirt, which is very exciting for the youngster. And that's Warland, who's just made way. Kaya Stevenson it was that's made way, so she's had a couple of spells herself as well.
Yeah, you talked there about Georgia Thompson. Did you see a goal in the semi-finals against East?
There's been some cracking goals throughout the season. Georgia Thompson in that semi-final will certainly go down as that one. I think there's going to be some hard judging at the Football Queensland Gala for players of the season. There's been plenty of talent on display, and we're obviously seeing that here tonight with the Queensland side. And Sonny Franco with a lovely ball through, finding Caspanello. First time strike, she was under pressure, had to go quickly.
That was a good ball through to her. She had players, you know, narrowing down on her. She has to take the shot first time. Thompson's trying to support, but she has to strike. That wasn't too bad on a weaker side.
It was a good move getting on the end of that ball from Franco. Good read of the play. Queensland now with a bit of defending to do. And Gibson and Clark do well there.
I mean, what an entertaining second 40 minutes this has been. Amy almost said 45.
The time does fly in these games, Alan, doesn't it? I think sitting in the commentary position, I often find myself, I catch the clock and think, where on earth has that time gone? And we're already creeping towards the final 12 or so minutes of the game. Still all to play for with a thin margin.
We just love the game, Amy.
Football is life, Alan.
It certainly is.
Here is Georgia Thompson in her defensive duties. There's Kramer having to come across. Raw still knocking on the door, still keeping their discipline with their shape. Myers, one of those recent changes. Kira Myers, another young Matilda. She's had a couple of seasons at Melbourne City. She was an injury replacement in 22-23 before earning herself a scholarship deal, the American. Caspanello now, Rose ahead of her. Franco to her left, she might have to go back. Gibson.
A really good feet under pressure there, Caspanello. Didn't really have much options ahead of her. Brisbane Roar really, since scoring that goal, they've been well on top, and they're not allowing Queensland to play the ball around as well as they did at the start of this second half.
Yeah, they forced Queensland into the mistake there. They had to rebuild across their back line. Loose ball over the touchline in the end. Gives possession back to Raw in a dangerous spot, but they've turned it over again. A little bit scrappy in the middle of the park. Sian Fryer will try and get things in order. She's mobbed by a few maroon jerseys for her troubles.
Yeah, I think Thompson just wanted the ball to her feet there so she could drive. That certainly was a foul. It's another one from Gibson.
Little wave of the hand and run as far away as you can from the referee there, Charlie Gibson.
Not sure if I'm showing my age, but I remember the old Sega Mega Drive game where you could foul the referee and make a break for it.
That's old school, if ever I heard it. Here is Katie Muscat. Kramer giving that problematic armband over to Muscat.
I wonder if it's a smart substitution because Fryer's been getting all sorts of space. I just must get you deal with it.
Yeah, probably going to be, they've probably had a bit of a chat at the start saying, let's just take shifts. 10 on, 10 off. Free kick against Franco. Would probably imagine the referee would want to keep cards in the pocket for these sorts of games, but Franco's definitely testing that with some of these challenges, and Fryer again with a chance to run. You can see that head go down from Fryer, and you know there's going to be a little change of pace, but good goalkeeping there. All three goalkeepers in the Queensland squad this evening nominated for Goalkeeper of the Year. Sunshine Coast Wanderers were one of those sides that surprised a few in the league this season. Some of their results midway through proceedings.
Yeah, they're a good side, Sunshine Coast Wanderers. They're always a side that's always there or thereabouts. I think what's been good about the NPL season recently is it's been a lot more competitive. When when I first started watching the league, it was Lions were always well on top, Lions, and now it's just Gold Coast United as well. It's starting to just even out a little bit more. Obviously, Knights.
Yeah, it was a cracking battle between the top three of Knights, Easts and City this season, and probably the only disappointing thing that took the momentum out of it a little bit was the rain delaying a lot of play, because Gold Coast Knights ended up with a lot of games in hand. But it's still, there was a lot of top and tail in from Eastern Suburbs, Brisbane City. And yeah, Knights obviously running away with it in the end and having a standout season, but who knows what's going to happen moving forward with changes of personnel. And Brisbane City were a pretty new look side this season. They had a bit of rebuilding, and they are one of the sides that tend to lose players to Raw when the A-League season starts. Raw with a corner here, putting a bit more pressure on in the last 10 minutes, headed away by the solid Muscat at the back. She's not finished yet. 3 headers in quick succession from the right back. And Thompson now with a beautiful ball to Rose. She's got Franco to her left and she trickles it across. Sonny Franco had too much time.
Oh, what a chance for Franco. Really good counter-attack for Queensland. I think the composure from Thompson. I know in that position she's going to want to drive and run with it, but it's a smart pass when it comes to Franco. I think the ball just bubbles as she takes that initial touch, but what an opportunity for Queensland, and that really would have probably put this game to bed.
Yeah, it was a lovely weighted ball across from Rose, just trickling it into the path of Franco, but like you said, just bobbled out of reach. Raw now whipping one in. We're hoping to see one of these go on target, but again, Queensland solid at the back. Charlie Gibson, Marley Danger. Look at the confidence of that young player. 3 Brisbane Roar players around her and she's still happy to keep hold of the ball and turn away out of trouble. Talking of trouble, Bente Janssen.
Let's see this opportunity again. Sorry, Amy. See Frank's going to take a little bobble there. No, she's
just a bit of a heavy touch, I think, and just overstretching out of reach. And right down the other end, the Dutch player, Bente Janssen. It's not bad when you have a player join from a club like Ajax for the new season. Be a bit of a threat. And here is the big opportunity for Kyla Hansen. Bit of a nervous smile on the face as she joined the pitch. Entered the pitch, she's got the Golden Boot Award for her excellent service to football this season. And she'll have a big season ahead in the Ninja A-League up against even tougher opposition.
Certainly got a lot of potential. See how far she can take it.
Georgia Thompson just trying to dance her way out of traffic. Just over 5 minutes of normal time. It's only been a couple of stoppages thanks to this player in front of us, Sonny Franco, but she does well there. It was a very good bit of play there from Sonny Franco. She's kept the momentum going with her side. Georgia Thompson, a little tricky step over, shot from range. Dispossessed, just has her pocket picked. Janssen now coming forward, lovely touch, Bente Janssen onto her left. What a cracker from the Dutch woman. Debut for Brisbane Roar, debut goal.
A bit of a mix-up at the back from Queensland there. I think they thought someone else had it. Janssen, really good composure to take that touch in between the defenders and the keeper and just coolly pass it into the net. And Brisbane Roar from 2 goals down have pulled it back level.
Yeah, the oncoming keeper, Janssen, did very well there to get that touch. 12 years at FC20 where she played more than 100 matches before moving on to Ajax. So what a signing for Brisbane Roar. And right back at the other end, Sonny Franco, but the flag is up and it wouldn't matter anyway. There wouldn't have been a lot in that. Momo Hayashi was the one trying to hold the line as she's done throughout the whole game. Now Queensland under pressure as Roar are trying to look for the third. Across it goes and over for a corner. It's Kira Myers.
Yeah, Brisbane Roar certainly in the mood here, piling the pressure on, looking to turn this 2 goals around and complete that turnaround. Oh, he's getting to the front post.
Yeah, Myers has previously worked under the guidance of Alex Smith, so we're pretty familiar with his coaching style. As this one comes in, Momo Hayashi trying to get ahead on it. And again, another little mix-up at the back, but Annika Evans does very well there in the end to just take it off the head of Gibson. Sonny Franco is happy to go back the way she's facing.
If Raw really not letting Queensland out here, though. Queensland worked that tremendously well. There's a bit of space.
Thompson again with room to run. She's got a couple of players to aim for. It's Franco at the back post who does well to keep that in. Anna Hirakara now in space. She's taking it back to the byline. Flicking it back across towards Thompson. Good bit of pressure here. And can it reach Sonny Franco? No, it can't. Great defending, Momo Hayashi.
Yeah, Brisbane Roar had everyone back there, putting the body on the line. Queensland throwing the ball into the box from left, from right. Hayashi once again, I guess a little bit fortunate, I think, with the free kick, but she'll certainly take it.
Yeah, she's put a solid shift in tonight, Momo Hayashi. Headed on nicely, Raw back on the attack. And kept in, and the shot directly at the keeper. It was the first attempt there for Hansen. Cool and composed, the number 16. Caspanello. Queensland just trying to get a few passes together. Hirakara just losing out there. Hayashi slowing things down well. Thompson again just loves to run at defence, and there she goes, forces the save. We've seen that so many times in the league this season, Alan.
Oh, Amy, she is just something absolutely special. Wonderful technique here to drive in and out, picks onto left foot, tries to bend it into the top corner, and that is a world-class save from Lincoln. I think Thompson thought she scored there. Just excellent. Look at the pressure that's on her. Driving past 2, 3, 4 challenges.
Yeah, it was a lovely strike on the left, wins her side, the corner. Going for the crack from the corner. Over it goes. Chance to reset, 10 seconds remaining. And there is the final whistle. The referee has got no time for any stoppages. She's got somewhere to be. The spoils are shared here at Imperial Corp Stadium. It was an evenly matched second half football. Queensland getting things off the mark with Withers before Hirakara slotted home for the second, and then Raw. They've been coming to life in spells throughout this game, and Fryer, who else was the player to get them back on track?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said, that second 45, Queensland started on fire. I think that's really good spell. Hirakawa certainly making a huge difference in the middle of the park. Willis opening the score. But like you said, Brisbane Roar, Fryer pulling us back into the game. She really brought the game back to life, and Brisbane Roar just started to dominate, and they deservedly got the equaliser.
And plenty for Alex Smith to take away there going into the upcoming season. Hansen getting on, having a little run, looking like she's slotting in comfortably in her brief little stint there. Myers, who's, as I said, played under Smith before, seemed pretty comfortable on the ball. Kaya Stevenson coming back from the ACL injury and getting a couple of runs out. Plenty for them to take away into their second friendly coming up. We've got plenty to look at in this second half as we saw great determination there from Sonny Franco, just shrugging off the challenge and finding Withers, who did not hesitate.
I like Franco using her body so well. She's so strong, she's powerful. She's not waiting for the referee to whistle. She just keeps playing, teasing ball across it, just begging for someone to get onto the end of it. And of course, it just had to be Withers.
Here again, we saw that strong high attack from Queensland, and Anna Hirakara, who is the grand final hero for Brisbane City, makes no mistake. She's always watching here and pounces on that loose ball.
Well, there's absolutely no hesitation from her. She picks it up, she one look at the keeper, and aims for that bottom corner. And Queensland were at that stage, were racing into a 2-0 lead and looked like they could have scored more.
Until the Raw struck with their superstar, Sian Fryer. She's only back on loan. She left for a record fee, or a record club fee, to Wolfsburg, and she's back and she's already having a blast here at Raw. Janssen, new signing for the upcoming season, lovely touch. Bit of confusion at the back, but still take nothing away from the strike. Touch with a right onto a left, slotted home.
I was going to say the Raw came roaring back, if you will, Amy.
They did indeed. I've heard worse puns from a few of our own commentators here at FQ TV, so you can have that one.
James.
Plenty of quality in that second half. We went into the sheds a little bit quiet at half time, and both sides evenly matched, so I would probably say that is a pretty fair result. As Alex Smith debriefing with his side, they head into their second friendly against Caboolture FC on Saturday the 4th of October, before taking on the mighty FQPL 1 champions and now Champions League champions Olympic FC on Saturday the 11th of October. So plenty more action to come on FQ TV, and plenty of action to get along to the grounds if you're keen to see more of the Raw. But from us, myself, Amy and Alan, it's been an absolute pleasure. We are very happy to have your company this evening, and plenty more to come in the next few weeks before the season kicks off for the A-League.